Well, hello, this is Dr. Ronzano, and this is the first installment of those mini lessons I told you that I wanted to teach, that you gave me topics for about ethics. So, this first one is called Some Days Character is All We Have Left. And I wrote this in May of 2022. When I was a small boy, the last thing I always remember my grandmother Josephine Ronzano saying to me as I left her house was, "Now be a good boy." She said this to me and my siblings every time we left her home for as long as I could remember. I believe the last time she said this to me I was in my early 30s in 1991 or 92. What impression did this have on me? Being good was important to my grandmother, and furthermore, being a good boy was a reflection of who I was, not just for my family and my grandmother, but to those who knew me at school, in the community, and later as I started to work with my colleagues and bosses. That is when I started to realize some days character is all we have left. I now believe that is what my grandmother, Josephine Marie Musto Ronzano, was trying to impress upon her grandchildren. Character is more important. We talk about character and ethics, as well as morality in society. Where do we learn about ethics? Where do we learn about being good? In Britannica Dictionary, it says about ethics: 1. Rules of behavior based on ideas about what is morally good and bad. The Protestant Puritan ethic, usually plural. Legal, medical ethics. Government, journalistic, professional ethics. A sentence example: his ethics are questionable. Some of the things he does may be morally wrong. Sentence example 2. The company has its own code of ethics, its own set of rules about good and bad behavior. In definition number 2, ethics, an area of study that deals with ideas about what is good and bad behavior, a branch of philosophy dealing with what is morally right or wrong. Sentence example: ethics is his chosen field of study. Definition number 3, a belief that something is very important, usually singular, a peace ethic. Sentence example: people here have a strong work ethic, a strong belief in the importance and value of work. I started working in a family restaurant in 1978, Luna Pizzeria Italian restaurant in Clovis, California. It was owned by my adopted parents, Franco and Carmela Liberta, since they opened it in 1969. Now my brothers David and Bert run the restaurant. We grew up working there with my adopted sister, Mary Ellen. Plenty of my friends were also hired there throughout the years to work the back room, washing dishes, bussing tables, making pizza with Franco, cooking with Carmela, and later as hosts and hostesses or waiters and waitresses out front. Being a good boy was also vitally important at the restaurant. The ethical atmosphere of the restaurant dictated many things. Most of all, it dictated if our customers would return week to week. Was our food good? Was the staff kind? Did we listen to the customers? Did we address their concerns and complaints with care and kindness? Basically, were we ethical? I can honestly say that we were the most ethical crew you could find at 349 Pulaski Avenue, where Franco and Carmela would kick our butts. Franco and Carmela were also concerned with much more than just the food or the service. They were concerned with how we all treated our customers. We were to treat them all with kindness, courtesy, as if they were our family for the hour or two that they spent inside the restaurant. They too helped me, as well as everyone who worked there, to be good boys and girls in the moral and ethical sense. If something was wrong with a customer or their food, we were to do everything in our power to make it right. Sometimes this meant making the food again, or even paying for the customer's dinner that evening. When the restaurant would clear out after we closed at 9:30 p.m., often Franco and Carmela would listen to their favorite Italian songs on the 45s in the jukebox we had in the corner of the restaurant. Years later, this jukebox ended up in our game room at home. We loved that jukebox. One of the boys' favorite 45s in the jukebox was Shut Up, You Face by Joe Dolce. Carmela hated that song. Franco would just laugh, and we played that 45 until we wore it out. However, this song did help us to remember the goodness of Mama Carmela. It taught us the ethical lesson of being a good boy, too. Joe Dolce, Shut Up, You Face. The YouTube link is there. Listen to it. It's kind of a fun song. The lyrics, some of them. What's the matter you? Hey! Gotta know respect. Hey! What do you think you do? Hey! Why you lookin' so sad? Hey! It's a not so bad. It's a nicer place. Hey! Shut up, you face. Shut Up, You Face no longer plays in the restaurant, but Dave and Bert found some Italian CDs for the restaurant with Mom and Dad's favorite Italian songs, long after they have been gone. They still play these songs for themselves and customers in the restaurant. Some days, character is all we have left.